Hello everyone and welcome to Nat One's D&D. I am Dave.
And I'm Erin.
And we started this live play to show that it is indeed easy, well, maybe not easy, but doable to do a one-on-one D&D game at home. Um, we aren't professionals anything related to performance, so we're just normal people. We're going to go a lot and a lot and hesitate a lot, etc. We've got ourselves a battle mat, which don't worry about showing it. We got a battle mat for combat. Since we're not in combat right now, we are showing a map of the relative area of the first part of the campaign. We are going to be playing in Strixhaven. We're going to be using the sidekick rules from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything to beef up the party. Because I like to, I'm playing a DMPC. I know a lot of people say, ooh, boo, DMPC, hog the spotlight and everything. But, I mean, there's really no difference between a DMPC and an NPC that role plays a lot with the group. The only problem is that there will be some DMPC NPC interactions that might look like it's stealing the spotlight, but I mean they're necessary. Anything that's not necessary or that Aaron won't be privy to, just will go on in my head in the background, and that'll be that. So, but yes, it is definitely a risk. I understand people's problems with it. I like to do it. I don't always do it well. Sometimes I do steal the spotlight, but I do my best. But I don't get to play much, so this is my way. We did a session 0 already. Aaron's character Lynn transported to Strixhaven University, practically smuggled away from her homeworld. Lily, my DMPC, moved onto campus. Both Lynn and Lily moved onto campus 3 months before the school year started, because that just happens to be when those events took place. They've gotten to know each other, they're roommates, and they're familiar at this point. We will be beginning tonight as a redo of last week because last week didn't get saved. So if you tuned in last week, some of this will be familiar, but others, because apparently I wasn't prepared last week. I'm more prepared now, so some of it will be familiar, some of it will be different because apparently I ad-lib when I'm not prepared, and that was wrong. Very wrong of me. So, we come up with, I'm on the wrong tab. So I'm using D&D Beyond. It's free, except for the sources themselves, of which I did purchase. And this is how my 5th edition library is on D&D Beyond. We might also be flexing over to Roll20 at some point, maybe to just show, if you want to use that free resource, how you can do that. But yeah, we're going to be showing you guys how this works, but we're also going to try to move forward as soon as possible as an actual campaign and use what we like to use, what we're familiar with using. So we are, using digital aids. So many tabs. It's the only problem I've got with it. They don't have a better way to organize it. But here we go. So in the center of that map is the Biblioplex. The Biblioplex houses the Strixhaven Snarl. Strixhaven is a Magic the Gathering world. Magic the Gathering is Wizards of the Coast's trading card game. And one of the years that they put out a set was Strixhaven, which is a magical university. They don't focus on teaching you how to cast spells. They focus on how to teach you how to use magic in an almost everyday, like life aid. Lynn has a leg up on that because the world she comes from, magic is already wide, meaning every level of society uses magic, from the lowly farmer to every king. They use magic, and the strength of the magic isn't tall, meaning not everybody has access to powerful magic. In fact, the more general uses of magic are limited uses of player spells. So almost nobody's as strong as a player character. So we're starting in Strixhaven University, which was made a D&D setting a year or two ago. And the two PCs and there's two sidekicks. The two PCs are students. The two sidekicks are just there. We won't get into it. It was a magical thing, and now there are two living constructs that beef up the party. Let's just end it there for right now. But today is the first day of autumn. It is orientation day. You are walking across campus, having a nice little conversation, as you are wont to do. Just chatting about nothing, really, and heading towards the Biblioplex, which is at the center of the university. One of the things that the Strixhaven setting has is the whole snarl thing. Throughout the planet, there are these balls of... They look like tangled yarn that is just kind of moving, and or an animated scribble made of blue light, which is pure magical energy. And when the 5 founding dragons of the university founded Strixhaven University, they did so right where they found a snarl on this planet, surrounded by another unique feature of the world, a star arch. Star arches are made up of natural materials like rock, quartz, which is crystal, like trees growing, and it's just, you've got, they're various sizes. Some of them could, theoretically, if you could encapsulate them, fit in a pocket watch, while others are, they span the whole horizon. This one was rather large, made of rock, like rock slabs, that on the inside edge, all star arches on the inside edge, delineate as a smooth line, even though they're like pieces set up. And the outer edge have various lengths, like some stylized sun, the rays reaching to different lengths. This one happened to be vertical and perpendicular to the surface of the planet, directly over a snarl. That seemed to be significant, so the 5 founding dragons, from what I understand, founded there. The Biblioplex, which is the central building, the first building constructed, was constructed around it to facilitate and house the research of that snarl. And what grew from it was a library and meeting space and lecture hall, etc., in one massive building. And this is where orientation will take place. This will be, this is kind of like a Friday, an end of the week thing. You'll have a weekend, and then classes begin right after the weekend.
Cool.
So you will be signing up for classes. I hope you made note of them from last week.
I actually did, so
Yay!
In that regard.
I made note of the classes that Lily's signing up for way back in when I made the character. So I also went ahead and wrote down how she felt about, or how she will feel about, the other student NPCs too. Just you know, she doesn't like this person much. Anyway, she hasn't met any of them yet. So you are walking up to the biblioplex. The stairs in the university will alter themselves based on the needs of those climbing the stairs. Increase their size and stride for larger creatures. Some of them just flatten out and then lift the person standing on them if they're impaired mobility. And at the base of each stair, for those who can't do stairs at all, there are modified teleportation circles that you don't need to know how to cast the spell. You just think when you're on it, and it teleports you to the top of the stairway. These are found all over campus, just not in every building. Majestic marble archways. Tomes seeming... Okay, so this is from inside the building.
Okay.
You walk in the front. You get past the information desks. What I screwed up last week is your letters do tell you where you're going for orientation.
Okay, so it's not complete chaos like it was last time.
It's not complete chaos like it was last time. That didn't happen. We are retconning last week completely. So it's just as good that we lost the video. But you're told to go to the Hall of the Oracle.
Okay.
So when you walk in, you get past the desks. Majestic marble archways, tomes seemingly stacked for miles, and the infectious energy of hundreds of young adults fill the biblioplex. The grand library at the heart of Strixhaven University. The sights, sounds, and sparks of magic in the air are wondrous. Your acceptance letter stated you must report to the Hall of Oracles to retrieve... That happens a lot, too. To receive instructions on new student orientation. The hall sits at the center of the biblioplex's first floor, and you can already see students gathering there. The Hall of the Oracle houses the Snarl. The Snarl, which I thought was kind of close to the floor, turns out not so much. Turns out you could walk underneath it, as you asked last week. Problem is that there is a basin beneath that seems to be drawing raw magical energy and transforming it into a liquid directly from the Snarl beneath it.
Interesting. I'm going to walk up to it and look at it closer.
You cannot.
No?
You are late enough to where there's already a mass of students surrounding a Minotaur.
Okay.
This Minotaur, I lost it. Where'd it go?
Somewhere on the page.
It's on the page, I promise. So as you step into the Hall of Oracles, an almost sacrosanct sense of calm descends on you and those gathered. you hear a deep, rich, soothing voice booming out across with, as far as you can tell, no magical enhancement, immediately causing a hush on the gathered students as they listen. "Brilliant scholars," says the voice, "your attention, please. As you are now Strixhaven University students, this storied biblioplex will be your second home for research, studies, and even leisure. There is just one task to accomplish before you officially embark on your academic journey, a scavenger hunt." In front of each student, a small parchment magically appears. And you can reach out and take it.
Alright.
"The rules are simple," the Minotaur says. "Each clue on this list will lead you to a different location in the biblioplex. Simply travel to the area each clue references and perform the action the clue suggests. Time is of the essence. You have only until the end of the day to finish your hunt. Solve as many clues as you can, because at each location you may win a prize. Now then, off you go."
Lynn just sighs.
Lily says, "Oh, come on.
I hate this.
How do you know?"
I don't like... What's the first clue?
You can
Open
read
it
it
up and start
just as
reading.
well as I can. The first clue: you'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnared in light.
Read that again?
You'll-
Is there a page that I can see these on, or is this DM stuff?
Yeah, you can see it if you want.
Okay.
Campus kerfuffle.
Okay. Where are the...
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Blah.
Keep going. It's definitely past the list of rooms.
Okay.
Down. There.
You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in light. Look around for some place that's very lit up.
Like the place you're standing in?
Yeah, which seems kind of weird to start the thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Lynn's not as oblivious as all that and says, "Oh, look, magical snarl." The literal word on the page is ensnarled.
Yeah.
And it's shedding light.
She's just not really, she's...
Right. This is the DM heavy-handing things.
No.
Lynn notices. Lily kind of, reads it again, but she overemphasizes snarl and light.
Gee, I wonder where that could be.
I don't know.
Let's go, and she'll head towards
The snarl?
the snarl.
Right in the center of the Hall of Oracles is the snarl and the basin beneath it. And you walk up to the basin itself. Now, you do know that because it doesn't say what order you have to do things in, now you can go anywhere. And there are some people that are heading off.
Okay.
And they're going to other parts of the biblioplex.
Are there any people headed here?
There are a couple, but they seem to be enthralled in what they're doing.
Okay.
So?
Okie dokie, so step forward onto what? Is there a platform or is it just the pool?
Well, there's no platform to step onto. It's just the pool. It also says on the bottom that if you're having trouble with this, you can make a DC 10 intelligence investigation check to get the answer for the clue.
Which could be equally
See,
hilarious because...
You're not supposed to make this difficult. This is not supposed to be difficult. This is supposed to be fun. So the DCs are all really low.
Yeah.
And it's level 1.
Yeah, well... Lynn looks around. Do you think they'll get mad if we just step into the pool? Because I don't see anywhere else that we could step.
Don't step into the pool, Lily says. Don't
Why?
do that.
Why?
Don't do that.
I'm gonna reach down.
And touch it?
And touch it. Why not?
Okay. You reach down and Lily's like, and then you lose track of everything going around you.
Okay.
You can't even feel your body. All you've got is just this overwhelming amount of power blasting through your head. And the next thing you know, you're standing there. You're not touching the liquid anymore. And in your hand is a potion of healing.
Cool.
And Lily's like, are you okay?
Yes.
What was that like?
Try it. There's no way I could possibly describe it in any way that you would be able to understand it better than if you actually experience it.
At this point, your geeky DM is remembering the Star Trek IV scene where Dr. McCoy and Spock are talking, and McCoy asked him, what was death like? And Spock essentially tells him, without a common frame of reference, I couldn't possibly discuss it with you. So Lily very, very, very apprehensively reaches in and...
I grab her hand and touch it.
Oh, great! Oh, great! That's... Yeah, sure. That could be assault in many, many, many places in this country.
Yeah.
And just like you, after a few seconds, she stops touching and kind of comes to with a potion of healing in her hand.
Cool.
So
cool.
You each got a potion of healing. Bubo then reaches towards, and Lily's like, no! That's stupid. No. Let's move on, please, before he gets another idea.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I just...
No. Magical creature made of hard light. Come on.
I'm curious, honestly.
Can we leave, please?
Okay.
Literally, that light looks exactly the same as the light that they're made of.
Oof. Oh, no.
Miles.
Hi, buddy.
Silly boy. He says, are you familiar, Mummy?
Yeah.
Such a cute boy. Alright, so. Clue 2. Go ahead and read it.
Sure. Lynn kind of looks at it and goes, do we want to do these in order, or do we want to, grab whatever we think is closest?
I don't care. I just want out of the Hall of Oracles right now.
Okay. Walking out of the Hall of Oracles so that Lily feels a little better. Let's see. The second one says, Alumni Commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire. So we've got lecture halls in here. We have the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
We have the stacks.
Okay, you guys have been on campus for 3 months.
Uh-huh.
You are fully familiar with the Biblioplex.
Okay.
So if you want to do is it investigation? I think it was investigation check. You can do so with advantage.
Sure.
Yep, it's investigation. Intelligence investigation.
Oh my god!
What?
2 nat 20s.
Wow. All right.
Oh, man.
So, are you gonna... You're keeping 20 or 20?
I don't know. I think I'll keep 20.
I don't know. I think I'll keep 20.
Jeez.
What's your modifier?
Oh,
I want to make sure you beat the DC.
This is investigation, which is what, an intelligence thing?
Yeah.
She's got a +0 intelligence, so...
But are you trained in investigation?
Nope.
So, and does your job or your extracurricular cover? Your job would count, but not your extracurricular, because you haven't started those yet.
I don't have anything that my job grants me that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it does.
It does? Well, foobar.
Let's see. Lynn,
Look that up.
Fire Jolt. Guess what I didn't write down? See, this sort of thing happens. This is live shit.
Let's see here.
I'm checking all my tabs.
I'm waiting for mine to load.
Here we go. Jobs. We will open that in a new tab. Look, another tab!
While the Miles cuddles with me.
Such a sweet boy. Oh, it's scritches.
He's putting his head under my chin.
Him's his head. Daddy's being loud again, Mommy.
He's purring.
Oh shit, that's right. The jobs don't have skills related to them, probably because you get 5 gold a week.
Hey, girl needs some money. I ain't got no family sending me stuff, so
5 gold a week.
if I want to have some fun at the tavern now and then, someone's got to pay for it.
So, you don't have any extracurriculars you're started yet because you're signing up for those today.
Yep. So yeah, 20. Because intelligence is not her
Straight 20. Well, I guess that beats the 10. So there is an...
thinking it's the lecture.
You're remembering that there's an art gallery in the biblioplex that is run by students.
Okay.
And faculty has works that they have created that are shown there. Professors that are no longer at the university have works that they've donated. Some professors submit student pieces with permission, of course, not unknowingly. So, yeah, that's very clearly pointing towards the art gallery.
Okay, so we'll head there.
Art gallery is in the northwestern corner. And you see, like, a bunch of who you thought might be very artsy kids definitely leaving there, as that was their first location that they went to. So you walk into the art gallery and you see a portrait of several older alumni wearing Prismari college robes. As you're looking over that portrait, you find a plaque that reads, "At Strixhaven, we are all inspired."
Sorry, say that again, please.
As you're examining the portrait of the older alumni wearing Prismari college robes, you find a plaque that reads, "At Strixhaven, we are all inspired."
Okay.
Below the plaque is a small lever.
Are you gonna freak out if I try to touch the lever?
No, the lever is clearly not a pool of unpredictable results liquefied from something that doesn't appear to be liquid.
Cool, flag.
Okay.
Like, she's not even completely finished with this sentence.
Yep.
And she's just like, cool.
So, you pull down the lever, and a box pops out of the wall, and inside the box is a Strixhaven pennant.
Ooh.
And there are, let's see, what do these do again? Before I say how many there are, normally there would be one per party member, but 2 party members, not sure if they can even use this. It just sheds light when you wave it. 10-foot radius of bright light and 10-foot additional of dim. So, slightly less than a torch.
Okay.
So 20 feet instead of 30.
Lynn says, you want to try?
No. Inside the box are 2 of them.
Oh, okay. I'll hand one over to...
Okay. Do you want it to... I'm going to give you the choice. Do you want it to have the Strixhaven symbol or a college symbol? Because you both are pretty sure what college you want to go to. But you don't even make the choice officially until your second year.
Yeah, I guess for this it would probably be the Strixhaven symbol.
Okay.
Even though if Lynn had a choice, it would be
Um,
going to.
So, yeah, this isn't a sorting hat situation.
Yeah.
So, that's a good choice. So you guys have... Let's write some notes down. Let's see. Anna... So, you've gotten a healing potion and a Strixhaven pennant.
Okay.
Let's write each on that. All right. Lily says, do you want to keep going? Or is this too much for you and we can stop?
I mean, I guess we'll finish.
Useful stuff.
I don't know how useful this is. She looks at the pennant, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure even how long it'll last, but we could have these 2 just stand there and wave them if we need them to keep the light going.
Nah.
So...
Alright, well, the third clue says, each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. I don't know that I've invested anything yet.
Time.
I suppose.
And one of the most limited resources a scholar has, brain power.
Anywho,
Especially some of us.
Uh-huh. Right. So, I'm gonna go get my free treat. And she heads off to the cafe.
Okay.
Oh, Miles, could you please figure out what you want, bud?
When you enter the cafe, you see several students enjoying drinks and snacks. You see a gnome who, according to pictures up behind the counter, is the manager, who is the only staff member on hand currently, and the only worker behind the counter at present.
So I head up to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there.
Hello.
So she holds out the thing.
Yeah,
Says
of course.
Something about a free refreshment?
Yes, of course.
Retreat? What are my options?
That would be much easier to show you, but our help did not show up today. You 2 wouldn't mind coming back here and helping me restock really quickly, would you?
Sure.
Wonderful! I've asked everyone, and she kind of glares at everybody in there having their refreshments, who have presented that damn scavenger hunt, and not a single person has been kind and courteous enough to help. Thank you very much. She hands you and Lily each what appears to be on examination Heward's handy haversack.
Okay.
But it has been modified.
Cool.
It doesn't have multiple pockets or anything, like you would expect. But when you open it up, there's like, when you open yours, it just immediately steam and aromas of fresh baked goods and hot treats and even some like breakfast sandwiches and things like that, fully prepared, stored, and you assume in stasis in there, because she wouldn't have made them while she was there.
Buddy.
Miles, it's time to get down. Miles, it's time to get down. Buddy,
Come on.
you must be firm about this.
Well, it's hard to be firm when he's got claws stuck in me, despite the fact that I did trim his claws yesterday.
Such a silly boy. Go get a drink. Lay down with your siblings.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lily opens hers up, and there are cold drinks, freshly made, not like bottled stuff, and hot drinks.
So are these just supposed to go, like, is there like a...
Every place that they go is labeled.
Okay.
You pull them out, kind of look for a label that says that, and just put them there. And each rack that you pull out fits perfectly right next to the label, fully displaying everything.
Cool.
And then you close the case. She says, I'm not supposed to hand out the expensive stuff for the scavenger hunt.
Okay.
But feel free to take something, anything, at whatever price point you want. And thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Hopefully the people who are supposed to work today are okay.
Most likely. They are students, and they may have inadvertently gotten the idea that they're off for orientation day.
Alright. So yeah. Baked goods and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Which am I feeling?
Oh, one of each.
Oh!
You can't eat something and not have something to drink, dear. No. No one expects you to.
Okay.
Go ahead. Lily's like, breakfast sandwich it is. And she gets a tall... It's got mocha in the name. It's coffee. It's got mocha in the name, but there are words in the description that you do not understand.
Okay.
And she grabs one of those and says, "I'll give that a try."
Lynn's gonna.
Nice choice, dear.
Lynn's gonna go for like a fruity berry pastry type thing that they have.
Something unrecognizable or something tame?
Unrecognizable.
All right.
Let's go for sure.
You've got Danish.
Okay.
It has large grain, not quite rock candy, sugar pieces on it.
Ooh.
But it's filled with a berry that they only describe, unnamed Witherbloom experiment from last year.
Awesome. So I'll grab one of those, and then I will get like what I used to eat when I was in college, the carbonated water with like the fruit juice mixed in the, I forget what they were called.
Oh, Italian sodas.
Yes.
So you get an Italian soda. Okay. This one's made with blackberries.
Yummy.
All right. So the two of you sit down. Get ready to sit down with that. And she says, "Oh, one more thing." And she says, "And this is thanks for helping me out when I needed it, when no one else would. And she hands both of you a pad of small square parchments in a stack.
Like sticky notes almost?
And they have the silver quill symbol on it. And she says, these have been enchanted that wherever you press them, they will magically adhere to. And then you can also take them back off and put them back on the pad. There's like 10 of them in a pad.
Cool.
So yes, I read the description and they are indeed magical sticky notes.
That's hilarious.
That said, not the kind of thing you would be unfamiliar with from your homeworld.
Yeah. Well, thank you. This is very sweet of you.
Of course. I'm not supposed to give out my own things for the scavenger hunt, but again, this isn't for that. And good luck on the rest of it if you decide to finish. There are a couple of people that look like they're about to enter a food coma. Amateurs. Probably won't finish. Go, enjoy your snacks. I have more customers.
I know.
And she walks over. Okay. You finish your meals, essentially, because that Danish is fucking small plate size.
Wow. Well, those are the best.
It apparently was slow baked. It's got a nice, almost croissant flaky crust.
Shut up. I want one right now. I want my carbs.
But it's about as big as one of our small plates.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are done with all that. Stowing your new arcane notes pads in your pockets.
All right. Which one are you? Come on up, Lara. Come on.
She says, Dice Goblin, Mommy.
I know. Come on, sweetheart.
Come on, baby. Get up to Mommy.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Come on.
You know she takes forever before she goes.
Yeah.
She's going through her pre-flight check.
Here, how about this? Little lower barrier? Come on. Or not. She'll probably jump up when I least expect it.
When you look away.
Scare the crap out of me.
Yep.
Alright, so looking through the scroll. So we got 2 left. These leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. They want us to pet plants? Looking around and settling on the little gardens that you had mentioned earlier.
So you head over to the book gardens.
There we go.
So when you enter a book garden, you see a lush arboretum. They're small, like 30 to 40 feet across is the small one. The bigger one's slightly bigger than that. But you see the big one is just currently swamped with kids. Well, students, I should say.
I'll go to one of the smaller ones.
There's only one other one. The small one. The small one, the big one. So you go to the small one, where there are fewer people. And you're looking around, and you're not sure you see what they're talking about. Give me an intelligence investigation check.
Okay.
Make it with advantage, either because you've got 3 characters to help, or you're familiar. Take your pick.
14.
Okay. You suddenly remember, those don't belong there. You see 3 shrubs that you don't remember seeing there at any point during your 3 months prior, which you did have access to the biblioplex. Oh, sweet baby. In those 3 shrubs, appear to have these tufts of leaves at the top, like crowns almost, folded in crowns. But they're like yeah, that's the best I could say. They've got like luxurious. They look like they have leafy versions of the velvet that folds in like on the English crown.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you've apparently found what it's talking about.
Pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, you pat it, and the leaves just open up, and inside is a cuddly Strixhaven mascot.
Aw, isn't that the cutest? Like a stuffed animal?
Yes, that's what these are.
Okay.
You can. What you see inside are two stuffed fractal mascots for Quandrix.
Okay.
One looks like a fox, and the other one looks like a raven.
So I'll turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Take them both. Do you have a preference?
No, I don't.
Fox or raven? Fox or raven? Fox?
Okay. She takes the fox.
I thought raven might be too close to home.
These give you I read this when I was prepping. They magically adhere to your arm, shoulder, or leg as an action. So right here on the forearm, right here on your shoulder, or right here on your leg. Where I'm sure you could put it like on your chest, but that would get in the way. That sort of thing.
Okay.
And when you make a saving throw to avoid or end the frightened condition on yourself, you can give yourself advantage on the roll if the toy is on your person. I don't think they literally mean stuck to your person. If you're carrying it, is what on your person, colloquially, I hate that word, means. People generally understand on your person to be just carried.
Uh-huh.
So as long as you've got it with you, you have advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the frightened condition on yourself. It says right in the next line, if the toy is on your person. You must do so before the roll of the D20 is resolved.
So that tells me you have to actually put it on you before you...
No. As long as you're carrying it.
Oh.
I'm making that ruling right now.
Okay.
As long as it is carried by you, like in your backpack even. But, again, pay attention to the important part.
Okay.
You roll the saving throw before it is resolved. You can choose to take advantage on it.
Okay. So basically, if I roll garbage, then I can be like, I'm gonna roll.
When it succeeds, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
Okay.
And the good thing about it is you do not need to attune to it.
Cool.
Oh, stupid shoulder. Oh. Pretty sure I took my pills. I did not take my pills, stupid shoulder. Pardon me. Just ibuprofen, folks. And caffeine and sugar and good stuff. Alright, well that was adorable.
They are very
And these are super cute!
It is super cute. So, that leaves one last clue. Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night. Is there like a stage or something in here?
Yep, there's an amphitheater. Right in the back.
Okay. All right, Lara. It's your turn to be ejected now.
I really expected her to go after the dice.
Yeah, she was going after my pencil and
The minis. Yep.
So yeah, heading to the theater.
So, and on the north wall is the amphitheater. You see an impressively lavish stage. Curtains drawn back as to reveal performers on opening night of a major production. So, what do you do?
Looking around, are there a lot of people here, or is it mostly quiet?
No, actually, they're the people that you clocked from the crowd that you think might be interested in this feature of the Biblioplex are already off talking to the extracurriculars room.
Okay.
Already looking to join the groups that would use this.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's pretty much dead. People are walking past it, looking at the stage very anxiously and scurrying on.
Oh, I'm gonna end up making a fool of myself. You figure we have to go up on stage?
Probably.
Okay. You first.
Sure.
You're the one that does performances, so...
She sighs. I wasn't ready to show you this yet. And she pulls her violin out of a fold, apparently hanging on her belt of her robe.
Oh, it doesn't say we had to perform, but if you
And
insist...
she goes up on stage. Well, she says, okay, fine, I'll just come up here on stage. Stand here. Nothing's happening.
Oh, then maybe you do have to perform.
She,
I mean, all I have are dirty limericks from my sailor days, so...
That's performance.
I know.
And she's got her bow up in her hand and just starts playing something that sounds like There Once Was a Man from Nantucket.
Uh-huh.
And she starts playing music like that. And then she gestures for you to come up. And then she plays it.
Reluctantly, I come up.
And she plays it again, and then two lights from different parts of the stage, like those lights that are at the front that shine up at the actors, light up and shine on both of you.
Alright, if they're going to insist on this, I'm going
Whoa! There's something in that light.
What light? She was gearing up to... She started saying...
There's something in that one over there. You look at that one, I'll come over here and look at this one.
Okay, I'll go look.
Oh, it's a lantern.
Cool.
The other lights don't have them.
Okay.
Can you get it out? I don't know if I should try to get mine out of here.
So... Oh, they're just lights on the thing? I thought it was like light beams from like...
No. Remember, on a stage, there's light fixtures that line the front of the stage that shine up at the actors. You've never seen that before?
Not any stage I've ever been on.
Wow.
They've always been up in...
Yes, there are those
the
too.
rafters. They've never
But
been on the ground.
in a play stage, a stage built for plays, they have them out front.
Yeah, I don't even remember seeing that when I went up to, I always blank on the name. What you call it in Canada that does like all of the...
It's because that stage isn't built exclusively for plays. It's built for other things like musical performances and things like that.
Anyway, Well, we're either going to get in trouble or we won't, so she'll try to reach into it.
I knew that you'd reach in there. You reach in and the light just shuts off.
Okay.
And you don't feel anything.
Take my hand back out.
Lily says, huh, that's weird. And she looks over and hers is off too. And then in a few seconds, they both come on. And there's a lantern in there. Same bullseye lantern that you saw before. This time Lily's like, yeah, see, I think they're messing with us. And she just really quickly just, Wah! And she grabs it and yanks it out, and it almost breaks the handle. It like makes a screeching noise. And she's like, what is this? And she starts looking at hers.
Try to grab mine.
Yeah, you pull yours out. It doesn't turn off or anything this time.
Okay.
But you just pull yours out and give me a perception check.
All right. Can we say
One of the best sounds ever. I just want to say.
Can we say that the sidekicks are helping, or?
Yeah, you can get help from your sidekicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
yours called? What's yours named?
Celevash.
Celevash says, "Hey, what's that symbol on the back?"
So perception, you said.
Uh-huh.
That's a 13.
Okay. You just turn it over and look, and there's a House Canis symbol on the back.
What?
And you just realized that the lantern wasn't sloshing.
There's a House Cannith symbol on this. I'd go over to
Yeah,
Lily.
it's just, what's this Gorgon symbol? It is a Gorgon, right? It looks like a Gorgon.
Does it look like a House Cannith symbol as well, or
That's
is it different?
House Canith's
Okay.
mascot.
This is from my world.
It's a lantern. Figures they give us a lantern and we have to fill it with oil.
No, that's not how these...
What?
Lynn's familiar with these, right? They don't need oil.
No, they're Everbright lanterns.
They're called Everbright lanterns. They pretty much never go off. You just... And she pulls the shade down.
Well, you open the shade.
Or open and then close it to turn it on and off.
Oh, that's a continual flame. But it's not a flame, that's a crystal. And she's like, am I going to get burned touching that? There's glass over it, so she'd have to, like, really mess with the glass.
This is Aaron asking.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn knows that she won't get hurt, but can she possibly destroy it if she touches the crystal?
She could knock it out of alignment, and then it would be loose and potentially get lost. The glass that usually protects somebody from burning themselves in an Everbright lantern is instead in place to keep you from loosening the crystal inside and losing it.
So it won't burn you, but if you knock it out of alignment or something, it might fall out later. So that isn't to stop you from hurting yourself, it's to stop you from breaking it.
So what is that crystal? I mean, usually continual flame doesn't need...
Those are dragon shards.
What's a dragon shard?
Well, if stories are to be believed...
Wait, this is from your home?
Yeah. That's one of the houses.
How did this get here?
Human house, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how did I get here? I'm sure I'm not the only thing that's been...
Right, but this isn't the lantern I saw in there before the light went off. It's similar. It's still a bullseye lantern. But there was no light. There was no crystal in it. It was a hooded bullseye lantern, but there was a flame lit.
That's weird.
It's so strange. And she's looking at this thing and she's enthralled. Wait, this is... You told me that you had, like, mass production of magic items on your world, and I wasn't... Okay, this makes me understand, not on a theoretical level, but a whole other level. So things like this.
Yes, all kinds of different things like that. They require dragon shards, which is quite the business on my world, depending on the type and the size and the quality.
I've got an after image on my vision looking at this crystal. So there's no way to actually turn the crystal off. So I can't examine the crystal.
No.
And she closes the thing. Yes, thank you, Bubo. Help me around until this thing goes away. And that was the last one.
Huh. That is really weird, though, and kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'll say. But it was weird. Like, the stage itself knew that you're used to something different.
Yeah? I mean...
And we got a magic lantern out of the deal. Other students are gonna get a stupid one that you have to fill with oil. This is the best. And then...
Well, I guess we're gonna have to be careful not to share it around too much. People might try to steal it.
Let them. There's not enough sparring available on this campus. I mean, school's starting up, so we'll see. There may be some people available that I can knock the shit out of. But I'm afraid I'm going to gain more than my freshman 15 if I don't find somebody I can spar with. At this point, interrupting your conversation, the joyous and energetic and excited and surprised atmosphere of the first floor is shattered by panicked shouting to your southwest. You hear a young elven voice scream, That trunk has teeth! Please, anyone stop it! Chaos erupts in the library as students stream in all directions heading for whatever exit they notice during their scavenger hunt. Books and papers are flying as they're strewn about by screaming people.
Well, sounds like you'll get your chance to have a spar.
Nice. And the only faculty mages in sight are trying to deal with panicked students.
Let's head towards the voice.
Okay. You head over to area B8, which is... So if you remember, you walked in, you had the lounge area on the left, the cafe tables on your right, then further north, you had the gift shop on the left and the cafe on the right, and then your first info kiosk, and further up, another info kiosk, and in front of those, you had two different sections of study areas. That's what B8 is the study areas. Stacks to your left, stacks to your right, further to the right, longer stacks.
Stacks to the left of me, stacks to the right. Sorry.
So, to where it would have been to your left coming in, that is now to your right facing the opposite direction. Over by the end of the study section, which would be beyond the stacks on that side, between the stacks and the smaller of the two, where you pet the shrubs.
Uh-huh.
So between the stacks and where you pet the shrubs, and then you've got kind of beneath them the end of the study area. In that little like clearing space made by all three of them, like a biblioplex Bermuda Triangle, so to speak, is where the trouble is. And there you see a trunk, just a normal like steamer trunk with teeth and a tongue and a bunch of eyes on it, like it's a mimic, but it's not acting like it's alive. It's acting more like an animated object.
Okay.
So, you gonna put this up?
Yep, I can put that up. Let's see here. Oops. There we go. I hid you for a second there.
Ah! My face! Where'd it go? Anyway, so these are the stacks.
Okay.
Here are some tables. I don't even know if these are oriented right. We're going to put a couple there. And then here is the seating around the book Oasis thing here. Okay, kind of like that. You've got yourself that steamer trunk there. You guys are coming around there. Now, on the way there, I'm going to say that Bubo went large. Does not want to get any bigger than that. Because, I mean, this place is humongous, but the available floor space doesn't change like the stairs do.
I think Vash will probably end up doing the same.
So you should use the other mini for the large size.
Yep. So.
I gotta get some huge minis just because that's how big they get, and we're going to be using it eventually. I'll have to figure something out. So, here, we will roll initiative.
Alright.
4 for Lily and 13 for Boobs. Bubs. I will say Bubs.
I was gonna say.
Bubo. Bubs.
Or for Boo. Let's see here. Initiative is a dex thing, so 19 for Lynn and 18 for Vash.
Oh, wow. 19 and 18. Go.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's get my modifiers. Bubo's modifier is a +3, so you got what? 13?
Oh, wait.
13? 13 plus 3 is 16.
It's actually the same for both of Lynn and
And
Vash.
Lily rolled a 4, so she's got a huge modifier. She'll be okay.
So actually Vash goes first?
Just a minute.
Okay.
I'm trying to focus on this. Wow, where is it? Wrong page. You're joking. Lily's also got a +3. So she's got a 7. What you got? What's going on?
So I miscalculated. Vash has a +3, which means Vash is a 19 as well.
Okay.
And she's got a higher dex than Lynn, so that means
Vash goes first.
Vash goes first out of the pair.
I'm dropping Lynn's down to 18 then.
That's fine.
And the trunk has a 5, and
I'm gonna have to take
plus 1 is a 6, so the mimic's got a 6. Alright, so that means Vash is 19, Lynn is 18, Bubo is 16, Lily is 7, and the animated trunk is 6. She just barely beat the thing. That's insane.
Hi. I'm just taking allergy meds because all your guys' fur is making my eyes go crazy.
You know it's not the fur, it's the dandruff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says, don't cast aspersion at our luxury, Mommy. We can't help it that we has dandruff. Alright, so.
Echo. Come here, little one. Come here.
What's that? What's Celavash doing?
She's going to So this looks like it's an animated object.
Yep. So it's not behaving like it's actually alive, but it definitely looks like a mimic.
But it looks like maybe somebody might be controlling it or animated it.
You want it? So.
I'm going to have Celavash look around to see if she can see.
Alright, so give me a perception check. That's an action.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, such a purry girl.
See the echo. What's Mommy doing?
13.
Total?
Yep.
Celavash reports that she does not see anybody who
Hi, Goblin.
who would have who looks like that they're in control of the object.
Okay.
But you know that casting that spell, you can issue orders and then walk away.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Hi, sweetie.
All right.
Hi, pretty girl. Oh. Lovely girl.
Where's the student?
You don't see the elf.
Oh, goodness.
The elf ran.
Okay, so he at least got away.
Oh, everybody's like gone out of this space. There are no innocents to be harmed.
Okay, well, he was calling for help, so...
Yeah, but also didn't want to stick around for pain.
Yeah. Let's see here. She'll move to there.
Okay. Now, is she walking or flying?
Flying.
Okay.
I mean, she could go further, but she wants to hang back a little bit from it.
Okay. Lynn's next. What's Lynn doing? Oh, wait. Is she done?
Yes.
Okay, what's Lynn doing?
Vash is done. Lynn is going to cast a spell. Let's see here. Gonna cast Frostbite on it.
Okay.
So let's see what. Let's pull up her. I apologize for any paper noises that people are hearing. So her spell attack is +5.
Hey, it's better than what I just stopped myself from humming, which is definitely copywritten.
I'm gonna assume that this hits. It's a 22.
22 does hit.
And actually, you know what? It's a con save throw. I didn't need to roll that.
Okay, so Constitution save from the Mimic.
DC 13.
DC 13. And let's see. Do you have Proficiency in any saves. That would be a no. So it's only a +2. What was the DC?
13.
17. Is it save for nothing?
Yep.
All right.
So doesn't do...
Doesn't do jack all.
Yep.
Why did I draw this thing? This thing has a movement.
I wasn't sure about that, so...
And that's not even a space that something can take up. If it's got 2 squares, it's got 2 by 2. And this thing's medium. It doesn't have 2 by 2.
Hi, Echo.
So, this is a mistake. This is a mistake in live stream. This is cool. Can't hide this stuff, kids. So, there it is.
Alright.
It is kind of wide and whatnot.
Maybe it's a table.
It's that shaped, but it only controls 5 feet. So,
and yeah, I think Lynn's just gonna hang back.
Okay.
Actually, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that was within range, so she's gonna...
It's gonna stay there.
Yep.
Okay. Bubo is going to bonus action. Well, no, first we're looking at 10, 20, 30, 40.
Don't be a turd, Echo.
Bubo gets closer. And is going to give spot observations to the 2 of you via telepathy.
Okay.
So, bonus action help to Lily.
Okay.
And action help to Lynn.
Cool.
So, help action, bonus help action, and done. Giving the observations that will help you damage it with attack rolls. So if you make an attack roll, yay, you get the help action to that. But if you don't, it's kind of wasted.
Okay.
All right, that means Lily's up, and Lily, unfortunately, wait, does Lily have... I don't think she has unarmored movement yet. That's not until 2nd level, I think. So her speed... Oh, nope, 35 because of race. So she can get up to... Bah, I lost it.
She was right next to me.
So she can get up to here. She didn't think to bring her spear, of course. And yeah, she can't throw that thing anyway. It's not that kind of a spear. She pulls out she pulls out a dart from under her robes. She apparently brought her brace with her.
Cool.
And she throws the darts. I believe darts... I wrote that down, didn't I?
I hope so.
Yeah. Guess what I didn't write in her list of attacks? That's okay. Guess what I also didn't write down is their range. I want to say 10, 20, like a dagger.
Okay.
Aren't daggers 10, 20?
I don't know.
Seriously. How can I not remember this? I've thrown daggers for years. Alright, we will go with, since we're not looking at daggers, we're actually looking at darts. Darts are, 2060.
Cool. So 20 is the first increment.
That's the first increment, so no disadvantage there. It does the same damage as her martial arts die. So, oh, and she has advantage thanks to Bubo. So, that is Let's say this is +5. That's a 15. That hits. Thankfully. And we get to do massive amounts of D4 damage! So that is 15, or 5 points of damage, not 15. 5 points of damage.
Alright.
Are you kidding me? Pause for station identification. Right, cool. We're going to write that down. So, reduced threat monster. I was going to say, no too much! But it's not that. Okay, cool. That is Lily's turn, and now the creature goes. The creature moves 5 feet and attacks Bubo. That's not a hit, right? Please don't be a hit. That's stupid. Okay, good. That's not a hit. It basically smacked out with its tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And Bubo just kind of dodges to the side. That was a really bad Right, so that was the creature's action. Back up to Vash.
Okay. Bash is going to... She's gonna fly up behind it. Like there.
Okay.
And take a swipe at it.
Okay.
Okie dokie, okie pokey. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit.
Well, bleh. Alright.
This was, Quantum Strike, correct?
Yep. And then I guess she'll do dodge. Well, no, because she did her movement. So she can't take a dodge. So yeah, that's it for her.
All right. Lynn?
Yeah. Let's see here. Lynn's gonna kind of angle herself a little better for.
Okay.
So she's shooting down between instead of trying to go around people.
Yep.
And since we have advantage, so as not to waste it.
You don't have to worry about that because you can get it again.
Yeah, well, might as well make use of it. I'm going to Ray of Frost it.
Okay.
And that's a 22 again.
22 hits.
Alright. Let's see here. I believe it's 1d8. Yep. So 6 points of
Cold damage.
cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start
So
of
it
my
was
next
6?
Yep.
Okay. And speed is reduced by 10.
Yep. Not that I think it's going to help a whole lot in this scenario, but... And that's it for Lynn.
Until when?
Lynn's next turn.
Start of?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, that's an entire round because... Oh, no, it's half a round. Alright, so Lynn's done.
Yep.
Bubo.
Excuse me.
Bubo is going to fly... to the opposite side, right next to Vash. He's going to bonus action help telepathically to Lily again, and then ready an action to Quantum Strike after Lily closes.
Okay.
And that is Bubo. And Lily's next. She closes, and Bubo makes his attack with +2 because that's what we decided flanking will do for us.
Oh, hey. That should have been plus... Oh, well. That would have
Oh, it should have because you were flanked.
That would have been a 12. But I don't think that would have mattered, so...
So, natural 1.
That sucks.
That's an automatic miss, so it doesn't matter what the bonuses are. So Bubo's attack automatically misses. Which brings us to Lily, who has the help action on attack.
I need to go check on a cat. I think they might have gotten themselves into a tiny spot they shouldn't be in. Hi.
Says, no, Mommy, I fine.
Yeah, I don't want you back there, though, because quartz.
Told you, silly girl. She says, I know, Mommy. That's the whole reason why I want to be back there.
I know.
All right, so Bubo gave Lily advantage with the help action. Natural 20.
Nice.
For the first attack. So that is, let's see, her martial arts die is a D4. That is 5 points of damage. Oh, wait.
I was going to say, what did you roll?
D4 is a 2, plus the 4.
It's a 6.
And the 3 is 9 points of damage. We do crits a little differently. You don't roll the damage dice twice because that could yield a result smaller than a normal attack. So what we do is we add the maximum of your damage die as an additional modifier when you crit. So that's where the extra 4 points came from. And then for her bonus action, she won't be able to use advantage on this because she already used the help advantage. And she's going to do another unarmed strike. That is 19. No, 21. But 21, not a nat 20. That's still a hit. And she is going to do an additional 6 points of damage. And that is Lily's turn. The monster, not being intelligent, doesn't give a fuck, attacking the last thing that hurt it, is going to attack Lily.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. It's a +5 to hit, so that's a 17.
Does that hit?
Most likely. She has unarmored defense, but yeah, her AC's 14.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs.
Yep, roll again. And Lynn will take the advantage.
So how does this work? Roll an additional d20 and take the worst.
Yep. It basically is conditional disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Oh well.
So they already did the worst, and it was a hit.
Yep.
So.
Oh well, it was a try.
That is a d8 plus 3 bludgeoning.
Ew, ew, ew.
That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And she is unconscious. And on top of that, oh no, no. That was it. It is, there's no additional effect. But yeah, she just punched the crap out of the thing, and the thing just punched her and one-shotted her.
Ow, ow.
And so she's down! Ah! She's out.
Okay.
That is the... It does stay where it's at, because the most recent people to attack it, Lily did the most damage recently, and it has already forgotten the damage that Lynn did to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is staying and facing off with Bubo.
Okay.
So, that means it's Vash's turn.
Alright. You can take bonus actions in any order, right? Not that it really matters a whole lot in this case.
Yeah, order of operations does not
Alright.
factor into your actions that you take.
So, Vash is going to try to... Well, she won't be threatening it if I were to heal her, so... Gonna try to attack it.
Mm-hmm.
Misses horribly.
Okay.
And then is gonna bonus action healing word.
Cool. D4 plus...
D4 plus 3.
3. Nice.
And rolled max, so 7 points. 7 points back.
She's now 1 point down. So. Nice. Cool. So she's passed out, and now she's like, ugh.
Yep.
Okay. Gonna move?
So she's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna move right here next to her.
Okay.
Not sure if that's quite opposite or not, but...
It's not opposite Bubo, no.
But Bubo could move.
Bubo would have to...
Take a 5-foot step.
Yeah, be there.
Well, Bubo can do that next time and get some definite bonus. Or
okay, so Bash is done.
Yep.
Lynn?
Alright, Lynn.
Can no longer see the target.
I know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Direct line of sight.
And it's gonna try to,
She doesn't have advantage now.
Oh no, she does, from Silvery Barbs.
Oh, from Silvery Barbs!
I gave her advantage.
Nice.
Alright, since this thing seems to be a tad bit,
Wait. You get that on your next action?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, Silvery Barbs, you can choose a different creature you can see. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute.
Oh, within 1 minute. That's the duration I was wondering about.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So, since this looks like it's a little bit bigger of a thing than we were hoping, I'm actually going to chromatic orb this thing.
Okay. It's got a mean right hook, man.
And it's going to be lightning.
Okay.
Please hit. Oh, if I
I miss, I'm gonna be so mad. 8 plus 5?
What's your somatic component look like when you're doing this? Are you bowling this orb?
Yes!
Not to suggest anything, but...
No, I feel like that's fitting.
Especially 3 fingers up. Perfect form.
This is 13.
Hit.
Yes!
she pulls steer right.
Alright.
Oh wait, no, that's baseball. That's a different sports ball altogether.
3d8. And I didn't realize I had a spell that
took more dice.
Took more than 1 die at this point in time. So hold for a second while I get me some more dice.
This is Nat 1's operator. Please hold for damage.
Dun, 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 dun.
That could be copywritten.
I suppose.
We don't know, and we don't have lawyers who can... No, don't do that.
Alrighty. So, 3d8 of lightning damage.
Oh yeah, it's nice rolling multiple dice.
Ooh. So that is 13 points of damage.
Okay. As the ball hits the animated trunk, there's a flash of blue light, and the light seems to... You've never seen a lightning spell that you've cast do that much, have that much of a flash to it.
Yeah,
and it just...
weird.
Psst, and then the next thing you see when everybody is done blinking is a normal wooden trunk that kind of sitting there with the lid half open, and then a couple of boards kind of fall out of it here, fall out of it there, and the lid opens all the rest of the way. And, I mean, it was quiet up until then, suddenly. And then the lid just slams back and makes people jump who are watching. And...
Oh, wow. So not everybody left, apparently?
Oh, when you guys started fighting, some of the stragglers behind started slowing down and watching. And that was it, because we're talking, what, this 3rd round?
Yeah.
Yeah, not... 2.5 rounds, that's... Not even 18 seconds, and problem handled. And people are like, yeah, they start clapping and cheering, and you see a couple of other people that were just ahead of those stragglers stop, and they're like, wait, what's going on? And now people are filtering back in.
Okay.
And a medium-sized owlin in professorial robes lands after flying over the stacks and lands among you. And she looks like she's about to cast, and she looks around and says, oh.
Vash is kind of like kicking at the trunk now, like...
And Bubo's moved over, is now
medium size?
Medium, has moved over and is helping Lily to her feet. And this owlin...
And I kind of imagine that Vash is kind of like a cat, just...
Yeah. And this owlin's like, oh, is it... You students handled this already? I'm very, very impressed.
I was about to say something, but Lynn decides to keep her mouth shut.
That's wonderful that out of... Says, well done. I am, oh, I scrolled down too far. I am Professor Sharpbeak. Well done. I see that this year's crop of students is going to provide many surprises. Such bravery in this incoming class.
I will say that at this point, Vash is kind of shrunk down.
Mm-hmm. What a... So, I'm proud. I'm very proud. And a bizarre occurrence. I can't remember any of those old costume trunks ever bearing a hint of magic, let alone that manner of transmutation. I will be having a word with the equipment managers over at the Rose stage. They're supposed to keep this sort of thing from happening. And she starts looking around, sees that Lily's back up on her feet, and says, yes, wonderful. Is there anything you want to say to her?
Hold on a second. Be a good girl, Echo.
Oh,
Nate might not want that, baby girl.
such a chirpy girl. Yes,
Good girl.
Such a good baby. Oh, you get that scratchy post.
You make it sound like this might have happened before? They're supposed to make sure this sort of thing can't happen?
Oh, well, this is not, I mean, it's an unfortunate incident, but it is sadly not unheard of. This specific instance is new. But we get wandering monsters in from the swamp and the forest and the mountains and the sea all the time. And, we have our campus defenses that kick in, but we're not opposed to competent students like yourselves chipping in once in a while. It's good to see that level of bravery in the incoming class. Like I said, bravo. She says, I was going to leave to attend other students that might have harmed themselves running away. But before I go, once again, I cannot express how proud I am of you. And she reaches into her pouch, and she's over by you. She kind of landed. She flew over the stacks and landed closer to you because this is kind of congested, or it was with two large-sized creatures there a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she hands you 4 platinum pieces.
Oh.
And says, again, I would like to encourage future behavior of this sort. And seriously, this could have gone worse than it did, because you 2 for 2, as she notices now they're fractal mascots, stepped in. Oh, right. Alyndra.
Yes.
Lily. Ah, I heard of your summer exploits. Ah, yes. That makes you Bubo and Celavash. So not quite your mascots, but also your mascots. We'll keep an eye on the 2 of you, for sure. Once again, you have my deepest thanks. I must tend to others who may be injured. And she
Yes.
flies off without another word.
I head over to Lily and hand her 2 of the platinum.
Nice. That'll help spread out my stipend, which I did the math last night, and I'm gonna have to argue for more.
Yeah.
If Dad wants me to focus on my studies and not a job, I'm gonna have to tell him what the going rates are and have him pony up.
I mean, you could tell them that your roommate who makes more than you do, and that's kind of, I don't know.
Oh no,
Offensive?
I'm not sticking my nose in the air to sniff whatever he's sniffing. That's not happening. I will just say, either give me more or I'm taking up a job because it's worth it. And I will tell him that I will drop the extracurricular that I'm in that's supposed to be showing me or teaching me business stuff.
Huh.
Who really needs that? Why does he... That's an argument for a different time.
I mean, business acumen helps.
We have serfs. That's where our money comes from. We don't run a business.
Okay.
People work our land and pay us for the privilege. That's it. That's all we get. That's how we get our money. And it's been that way for thousands of years.
Hope the peasants don't start revolting.
My dad would argue that they're pretty revolting to begin with.
Yeah.
He prefers the nobility when he's peckish.
Okay. Can we take a quick break? I need a rest.
Insert music here.
Insert intermission.
Sorry for not letting you guys know that we're going to be back in a few minutes. We don't have a length of time for our breaks, and our breaks are not scheduled. They're just as needed. But we're back now. Hey, thanks for sticking with us if you did. We appreciate you showing up. Right, so post-battle, what are we doing?
And says, well, that was fun-ish.
Lily's just kind of rubbing her jaw.
A little exhausting. We should probably sign up for extracurriculars and
Classes.
classes.
Right.
Whichever one is likely to be manned at this time.
And she kicks the trunk. What about this thing?
Well, Lynn,
Ah! Ew!
Lynn kind of wanders over
And she kicked it, and she's got some sort of residue on her foot.
yeah, I'll prestidigitate that.
Black oily substance.
I'll clean that off with a prestidigitation, because you
Okay.
never know.
Ugh, I don't know what that was.
I'm going to use Mage Hand
Mm-hmm.
and have the Mage Hand kind of like open it up.
It's open. The lid was half open and then just slammed open all the way.
Okay, so let's see here. It can't attack, activate, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Yep.
It's going to try to like turn it over and dump it over. So the question is it more than 10 pounds?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can't do that.
Well, then I'll have it pull stuff out of it if there's anything in it.
Yeah, there's costumes in it.
Okay. Are they also...
There's a couple of costumes and a couple of weapons that look like they're just made of halves covered in rags that are tied to the ends because they don't have foam.
Huh.
And it says property of the live action role playing guild.
Interesting. Is that dirty now too? Is there like
No, the oily substance is on the outside of the chest.
Okay. I'll prestidigitate the chest so that it at least doesn't get this stuff all dirty.
Okay.
Set the stuff back in, and I mean, it should be harmless now, so we should be able to just leave it.
Professor Sharpbeak kind of wanders over and says, I think you might have dripped on your shirt. Nope, it's frost. Never mind.
I thought that was what Sharpie said. I'm like,
No,
what?
sorry, my bad.
Nope, that's fine.
But no, she wanders over and looks at you quizzically. Is there something wrong? Something else?
No, I was just curious what was in it.
And
they
Lily
had
says,
this weird oily black stuff.
Ah, yes, that's, I mean, is there any left? Or did you clean it all off?
I was about to clean it off, so
so you
could
didn't
say
yet.
that she
Okay.
interjected just as she was doing it.
She says it's likely a leather conditioner that the equipment managers at the Rose stage use to ward off stray residual magic. There's a balm that we use in many different places throughout the entire university that wards off magical residue in different ways depending on how it's used.
So, should I not clean it then so it doesn't accidentally get on the stuff inside?
I mean, this doesn't look normal to me. It's possible, though I've never heard of it, that it had gone bad or spoiled or something. But just leave it for the equipment managers. They'll know what to do and how to take care of it.
Okay. And I guess I'm going to go register for classes.
Yes. I would have expected that to happen before the scavenger hunt, but if shit, what's his name?
What's his name?
If young Yarnask did not instruct the students so, then yes, definitely get that done. I would. I'm curious to see if you're in one of my classes. But if you're here for the 4 years, plenty of time for that later as well.
Alright. So, yeah.
So yeah, turns out, there's additional scavenger hunts going on. You happen to catch a glance at other student scrolls, and it turns out that each group got a different scroll. So they're going to completely different places within the biblioplex.
Interesting.
That's to keep people from, like figuring out the answers and scamming students for quiz answers, essentially.
Well, there went that fun. No. So yeah, Lynn had registered for everything except for the botany and the history of art class.
Okay. So Lily registered for the required magical physiologies, beginning computational magic, basic magical auras, and history of magic and art. Since she doesn't have a job, she's also signing up for 2 extracurriculars.
Yep. And Lynn.
And she's already done her research. She knows right what she's going to go for.
Alright, well, shall we go sign you up and then we can sign me up for mine?
Well, I'll go sign myself up. You look, because you haven't done your research yet.
Alright. So yeah, she'll walk
Okay.
through the tables, grab the pamphlets.
Yep. So in the room next to the student government is where the tables are, except for a couple of them. There's the botany group, and the LARPers just had their demonstration demolished. And, other things like that. The art history club, whatever that's called. The one that meets in the water, does like water ballet or something. That one's in attendance. You got pretty much anything that you're interested in is in attendance at the tables. But Lily signs up for the intramural gymnastics club, and future entrepreneurs of Strixhaven, and she seems to. You see her walk over to the gymnastics club, and at that table is a fire genasi with dark mocha skin, who looks peppy as you wouldn't believe, is already wearing a what is that group? Where is it? There's Xanther. He is already wearing a Mage Tower Cheer Squad uniform. Seems to fit him perfectly. He's that bubbly cheerleader, peppy, happy guy.
Okay.
And fire for hair. And he grins, really wide-eyed, genuinely seems to be interested in what Lily's saying, and they hit it off.
Cool.
And he's also helping her sign up for the intramural gymnastics club. And he tries to lead her over to the cheer club, or cheer squad as well, and she, no, and she points off towards the entrepreneurs, and he looks, really crestfallen for a second, and then just winks at her and says, something to her, and they wave at each other, and she goes off to the entrepreneurs, and she's talking to somebody standing there, literally in a very nobility pose, nose up in the air, doesn't seem to act like he's looking down at his nose at people, but that's the posture that he's got. He's clearly from moneyed family, probably many noble titles. Could be an heir to the house. Could be, could be one of the later sons of the house. Who knows? But he's definitely acting like he's got responsibilities to fulfill when he goes home, and he takes that very seriously. He's helpful. He explains things. He does seem to over-explain a couple of things. And Lily cuts him off. And puts his hands up. Slides over the sign-up sheet to her. And Lily's done. And heads your way while you're still looking through various ones. You still gonna go for dead languages?
Yep.
Okay. The two manning that table are splitting their time between other groups. But they're both over there. You kind of stop there, you look at it, you're like, all right, keep that in mind, and bounce away, but find yourself coming back to it. So you catch them both there. What were their names? One is a minotaur, a bit over 7 feet tall, but slouching, like he's trying to take up less space. Speaks in a very soft voice, but it's deep and resonating and soothing. He's wearing Quandrix colors, and you recognize him as the person who was running orientation earlier. He was the voice you heard explaining the scavenger hunt.
Cool.
And then the other is a human, but he's spending most of his time at the Play Actors Drama Guild table. So when he comes over to the Dead Languages table, he's there, but he's distracted, and he's watching what's going on at the Play Actors Guild table, and keeps walking over there and taking over, even though these people are not in control of these groups. But the Minotaur just shakes his head every time he leaves. Sees you come back a second time and says, bringing you back, are we?
Yeah.
Why don't you sign up? And he slides the sheet over to you.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna twist my arm...
You can always take your name off later, but the group can only be so large without interfering in Biblioplex business when we're here.
And she signs her full name on it.
Alyndra.
Yes.
I am Drozimir Yarnask.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well. I noticed you and your friends. Speaking of... Hello, miss. Are you here to sign up as well? Lily says no, says, 2's enough for me. Says, yes, well, 2's the maximum for everyone. University guidelines. Not guidelines.
Bylaws? Rules?
University policy for students. And he says, so, what's your interest in dead languages?
kind of a weird one, honestly.
Hmm?
Where I'm from, some people manifest marks that are considered to be part of a prophecy.
Fascinating.
I kind of want to try to understand it better. It's supposedly a language, and apparently it's not all that I thought it was.
Do you know what language?
Um, does she?
Nope.
Is it?
She's never seen the prophecy other than in marks.
No, unfortunately. Although, on my world, apparently at least dragons are interested in it, so it's something that they either know
Well,
or...
dragons do learn many ancient languages. So that's not much of a clue to go on. However, um, a broad understanding of ancient languages will definitely assist you in deciphering that prophecy. I'm very confident.
I mean, that's
So,
the hope.
so we will help you as much as we can as long as you're with us. Hopefully we can help you enough that you can come back and tell us a bit of progress on what you're doing, because I'm sure we'll all be fascinated. Are there any other questions?
No, not really. Other than, do you do just written language or pictographic as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We have the biblioplex is so old, and we've had students and faculty and visiting professors from all across the multiverse. So they've brought their own worlds, examples of languages that are strangely, many of them are identical, but also strangely, there are many worlds that have languages that no others do.
Huh.
We have all of those and more. The common, what I call common, ancient languages that are still rare, that living people know how to speak them, and unique and never before seen or heard spoken languages.
So...
This place has them all.
Are you at least familiar with where all of the examples of them are stored around
Absolutely.
here?
I'm a second year. I am a Quandrit student, even though Lorehold and Silverquill were very interested in me, but I the base interest in language is what I'm interested in, not specific languages, like how they're put together, how they function, and everything, and the theorems and mathematics of Quandrix assists in that style of linguistics learning. So I chose Quandrix. But I'm here a lot. I also work here. This is where my job is.
Ah.
I'm very familiar with the Biblioplex. So any questions you have or any assistance you need in finding texts with a description or an exact title or even an author, general subject, I should be able to help.
Well then, I'll have to make sure I stay in your good graces.
Oh, no, your interest in the club already has me intrigued, and I will try to stay in your good graces just for the progress reports. But there are other questions to be answered, so if you have no further.
No, not right now.
Excellent. And he just raises his eyes and with his giant fingers that with nails that look like hooves, pushes his glasses up and and walks over to somebody else who has a question.
All right.
Lily's like, "You gonna continue at Fire Joel?" As you guys are leaving the room.
Continue at Fire Joel.
What's your job?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need money somehow, and
Well, that doesn't mean you're gonna stay there. As opposed to find another job.
I like it.
Yeah, you like it. You like it, you love it.
I mean,
You want some more of it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, so you are done in record time. There's still students in your orientation group that are still trying to figure out their
clues.
yeah, scavenger hunt. That's it. What is with my brain tonight? And they're still wandering around, anxious. Pretty much everybody's kind of anxious after that little situation, but many are trying to like put it out of their brains and continue getting registered and signed up, etc.
Sorry, Laura was just looking like she was asleep, and I'm like, that's a weird way for you to sleep, Kat.
No, when there's no kitty beds under here, she sticks her head under the end of my desk next to your computer and sleeps like that.
Aww.
Sometimes. It's weird. That was a cat tangent. Brought to you by Nat Ones. Let's see. Alright, anything else you want to do?
Nah. You think we should stay around in case anything else happens, or just go chill somewhere? We can people watch.
People watch.
Is there like a second story to this? There's gotta be a second
There's
story.
a second level, but there isn't like a...
Like an open balcony or anything?
There isn't like an open balcony.
Well, that's...
This is a 3-leveled building.
Okay. And it's
and there's
not
separate
open
floors.
In the central?
No, it's not.
That sucks.
Well, because the top two floors, the second floor is restricted access, and it's used for research, and they don't want the general hubbub and rush of people coming and going and using this as a common area to distract from that.
Okay.
And then above that is also closed off from the second floor because, again, researchers don't want to be disturbed. So why they didn't put the research on the third floor, don't know. Best I can think of is draconic access.
I'm gonna swing by the cafe and buy another Italian soda.
Okay. Yep.
Like, you want something to drink, Lily?
No. I'm thinking about checking out the gift shop.
Oh. Yeah, we could do that.
Well, get your drink first.
Yeah, I'll get my drink. How much do you figure?
Silver.
Silver? Okay. That's what I figured.
I was looking for something. Where is it? Like I said, guys, too many tabs.
I just have too
Not gift shop, student store.
Oh, right.
Right. And let's see. I know where that is now. I can close this tab. Yay, a tab I can close. And I can close that tab. Oh my god, I closed... Guys, I closed 2 tabs. Now, let's go back to the tab I wanted open. Alright, so, silver.
Okay. Yeah. I'll pass over a silver. Get a lime one this time.
What's that?
Get a lime one this
A
time.
lime one? Oh, she hand makes that stuff for you.
Yeah.
And then hands it over.
Thank you.
Good job in there. I had people leave their stuff here, and they still haven't been back. And you see, there's 2 other students now behind the counter, looking like they've had a talking to, and they're out there cleaning up after people who have left like entire orders at the tables and stuff.
That sucks.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't have to do it now. So, at the store, you guys walk in, or just before you walk in, you're walking past the lounge, heading towards the store, and a black woman in... Shit, where'd she go? Where'd you go? I didn't close yours, did I? Ha! A black woman in Strixhaven first year colors walks in with a pad with a magical quill pen floating over it.
Okay.
And says, "Ladies, excuse me."
Yeah?
And Lily, And if this was a goofy cartoon, you'd see eyes, bing, 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 and hearts. And she's suddenly just staring. Yes. Well, and Lily goes, you 2 are the 2 that took care of that situation, weren't you?
Yeah?
Ah, good. I want to speak with both of you. And Lily's like,
Okay.
talk we can, yes. And she said, she kind of smiles and says, well, did you notice anything strange other than a trunk coming to life and trying to bite people?
No, honestly.
Black on the shoes?
What, on my shoes?
No. She points to her foot. Lily does.
I cleaned that up.
Weird. Wasn't it? Lily says.
It's hard to say. I don't know.
Some kind of black substance you got on your foot from... And she says, yeah, I kicked it. And she says, I heard you punched it. She says, you know, when it stopped moving, I kind of kicked it. Like, is that all you got? And the woman kind of grants and says, uh-huh. And there was something black left on my shoe. Didn't you burn it with something?
Oh, no, I just cleaned it off. Prestidigitation.
No, the creature. Did you burn it with something? And Lily says, no.
It kind of burns.
It wasn't sooty. It was black and oily. Black and oily. Interesting. She jots that down. Anything else?
No. I mean, it had some costume stuff in it, but...
I mean, that's probably because it belonged to the LARPers Guild.
Yeah, I mean...
She writes down a couple more notes.
I feel bad for them. They're going to have to get a new chest to store their stuff in.
I'm sure they
or
can...
fix it up.
They could probably mend it. Magical university and everything.
True.
And she kind of writes down and Lily says, yeah, magic.
Doesn't mending only work up to a certain point? I mean, I think we kind of might have bashed it up beyond.
Well, I mean, there are more powerful versions. There's fabrication. There's magic. Anyway, she kind of looks at the side and says, would you like me to keep your name out of it when I write the story? Or would you like me to quote you on something?
I'm fine if my name's out.
Lily! Lily says. Lily, nice to meet you. Yeah. I mentioned the black oily stuff. I remember. And she writes that down.
Oh my gosh, Lynn's just sitting here like, oh, Lily.
And she says, all right, I'll be sure to mention you. Cool, I dance. Interesting. Maybe we'll send someone from the entertainment department around. Are you joining any extracurriculars? Gymnastics, business, that sort of thing. And she says, okay. Not sure how business is going to help your dancing. And she says, well, in a coherent moment, Lily says, well, nimble tongue that works with the singing and stuff, and blushes and turns around, and the black woman is like, woo, okay then, I'm gonna go ask some other people some questions. And she walks away, and Lily's like, she just kind of leans her head against the wall. The guy behind the counter looks like he's choking.
And you get on my case about staying at the fire, Jolt.
What? Never mind. I won't be around for a job much longer. I wonder if I can stab myself with my spear. Dart. How many times with my dart before I'm dead? That was embarrassing.
That was adorable.
What? First year too. I wonder what's... What do I mean, I wonder what school? She's going for Silver Quill. I might change my mind. Silver Quill can write with song helping, right? Right. I'm browsing. I've got money to spend. Hey! And she walks in.
Lynn just goes like she's about to correct her, and it's like, yeah,
No.
I don't want to make it any worse. Right with spell helping.
No. Song helping.
Or song helping. That was great.
That was accidental.
Like, you didn't even mean it?
No, I didn't even mean it, but I was like, no, that works.
No, that absolutely works. Oh, that was...
Yeah, I got a chef's kiss. Oh. That was good.
Oh, gosh.
So, the manager, it turns out, is the person manning the counter who's choking to death on laughter. Literal tears streaming down from the corners of his eyes. Yeah, feel free to look around. Orientation day discount.
Lynn just kind of gives him a look like, you make my friend feel bad.
So, yeah, the things that you've got there are, they've got the staples section, which is campus life necessities, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's to personal replaced robes, because you get your first set, and you can only get robes again every year.
Okay.
You get them replaced every year as necessities. But if you need them replaced because they're too damaged to be mended or somehow magically repaired, then you have to replace them with your own money. And how you get that, if you don't have a job on campus, they can't do anything with. Mm. That's on you. So, but there's things like robes, monogram services, and other and tailoring essentially, because they're pretty basic in here, but they have like pamphlets for a tailor that's in the main campus. There's a shop that the name sounds super super familiar, but it doesn't stand out as like say a Dragon Marked house from back home, but it sounds familiar. So you just, it sticks in your head and you're just going to remember them without grabbing a pamphlet. Because it makes you think of something from back home.
Okay.
And they'll style things. They import shift weave from a far off world and they copy it. So it's not like they continually import it, but they've gotten some in and they figured out how to copy it. And they call it shift weave, 2 words. And they can add things like effects similar to glamour weave from back home. And things like that. And they say that they can craft them with multiple outfits in mind, but they say nothing about being able to change the held outfit. So maybe they're not completely familiar with it. Or maybe the knockoff copies that they're making don't have that ability of the stuff back home.
So basically you choose your outfits and that's what you're stuck with.
Yes. So you don't know, nor have the expertise to know if they're capable, they just don't know how to do it. Or if they're knockoffs and therefore don't have that capability.
Well, Lynn has a shift weave, doesn't she?
She does. She's got a shift weave outfit from
Yeah.
home.
I'll wander up to them and ask them.
The manager doesn't know. Says you'll have to go down to the shop and ask them.
Ah, okay.
They've got the pennants, of which you got one for free today. They have those for sale. They've got what Lily just immediately goes up to, which is I know this thing. I probably closed it though. Crap, what is that thing called?
A thing.
It's a thing.
That does a thing.
Bottle of Boundless coffee.
Oh, gosh.
And she says, "What's the discount?" And he looks at her and says, "Tell you what, I'll give it to you half off. Because, yeah, your friend gave me the stink eye, and I feel bad for laughing." And she says, "You were laughing at me?" He says, No, honey, I was laughing with you. But I'll give it to you half off. It's normally 100 gold, 50 gold. And she's like, definitely talking to Dad. I need this. And she takes her whole stipend purse and puts it down and says, "Hey, at least it'll last. I don't have to buy it next year."
Oh, Lord, you are going to be hopped up all the time, aren't you?
No, of course not. Won't be drunk, that's for sure. Won't be high. This is my drug of choice. I don't understand how Sensei could drink tea. I need something that punches me like that Trunk did every day.
I mean, I've got a bottle of stuff that'll punch you pretty hard if you drink it.
Alyndra, this body is a temple. No alcohol passes through these lips until after 9 p.m.
Okay.
And she just kind of turns away from you and says, "Thank you!" And he says, "Yup, come on in later." And she says, "Will do. When Daddy gives me more." And it just catches him off guard and he just barks a laugh. So they've got hats, scarves, tunics, robes, gloves, other apparel embroidered with the Strixhaven star or with any of the college symbols. And at the start of your second year, you notice that there is a kit that costs 5 gold. That includes an extra set of robes of the college of your choice from second year, a knit hat, scarf, a tunic, and gloves, all free of charge to honor those who chose to stick around for their second year going forward. The manager gives those away for free.
Interesting.
And that's what the sign's up. And he must have stock upon stock upon stock of these things in the beginning of the year, because you see second years coming in asking for a kit, and that's most of his business today. He's just handing those out.
Doesn't that put you out of business?
Are you kidding me? These kids spend a lot in this store. I'm subsidized by the university. A lot of the prices on this stuff, way low. And it's because I've got a stipend from the university.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, come on in. Check out what we have. We have a rotating stock of certain things, and the university doesn't really like this, but you seem like someone who can keep a secret.
Yeah.
We sometimes get some contraband in.
Ooh, really?
And we sometimes honor special requests. As long as no one gets hurt.
Well, the stuff I would have in mind only possibly hurts you if you drink it.
I mean, everything's still got to be cruelty-free. Come on.
Yeah.
No sweatshops filled with children produced items.
No.
Nothing like that.
This would just be something from home. That's all.
Home. You say that like you're not from here.
I'm not.
Items from other worlds can be hit or miss. We may not be able to if your world is unknown in the circles that we deal in.
Well.
But hey, tell me what you can, and I will talk to my suppliers. Maybe they're familiar, maybe they're not.
Tell you what, if anybody is familiar with Eberron, let me know.
Never heard of it. But you had to have gotten here somehow. What was the name of the ship you were on? Lynn did not know. She didn't even see it. It was a raging blizzard when you boarded. Visibility was like in front of your nose.
Well, but she also knows from her own work that that's not always something that people want just passed along. I wish I could tell you. I never got a chance.
Kept you locked away the trip, didn't they? That sounds like a smuggling story to me. That might be someone that I deal with on a day-to-day. Tell you what, I'll ask around.
Do you have anything interesting now?
Anything interesting? Tell you what. Let me look at the skill list here. See what's a good luck roll for you. Let's see. Yeah, athletics. That's a good luck roll. I'm just kidding. You know what?
For things that she's...
No, you know what? This would be applicable in this situation, I think. You're kind of, picking information out of them. And, dropping names and details and whatnot, trying to jog his memory. So we're going to call that a persuasion check.
Which she's charismatic, but that is not one of her.
But you'll have advantage because obviously Celebash is helping telepathically. Like, nudging you, it's like, nobody's going to know what that means. Say this instead. Kind of situation, okay?
Okay.
So give me a persuasion check with advantage, and we'll see if that's...
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, no. I'm telling you, if that's a pair of 20s again, you're not using those dice anymore.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
I wouldn't do that, guys.
It's a 20.
I'd be excited.
It's a 20 and a 2.
Ooh, nat
So-
20 for a what?
23 for persuasion.
23.
This
he
is
says-
her thing. This is what she did.
So he asked for, ballpark things and whatnot, and you have an idea of showing him your brand new Everbright lantern. And he says, "Where did you bring that from home?"
No.
And he puts a pair of smoked lenses on, sunglasses essentially. And these are my my portable welding glasses. And it's the only way I'm going to be able to see that crystal. And Lily's like, "I need those." And he says, "All you got to do is go down to any workman. But hold on a minute." And he looks at it and says, "I think I recognize that crystal."
I mean, if you've ever seen any crystals that look like
Yeah.
this.
Give me a minute. Hold on a moment. And he goes into the back room. And it's a good, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. He comes out. And he's got what looks like a staff wrapped up in a blanket. And it says that I thought they were some weird exotic gemstones, but
I mean,
some of them look like that. And he unwraps it, and I shit you not, it is a war staff
She just.
from the last war,
She whistles long and low.
and it's got battle wear and tear on it. It looks like it's like one of the first army surplus models from what is that? It's the nation next to Breland that has the Arcanics College, and I just can't think of the name of it. In Evan's first incarnation, he went to school there for a while.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, and I have to look it up, and we're not doing that right now. I'll do it later. But anyway, it's got wear and tear from the first line. You think this might be one of the prototype lines before they issued them in the war. This is last war stuff. It's 1,000 years or a couple hundred years old. The staff. Yeah.
How long did the last war?
The last war lasted over 100 years. So no, it wouldn't be a couple hundred years old. It would be like 50 years old. But it lasted for over 100 years.
Wow. Whoever you got that from might be able to get me things I'm interested.
I mean, the thing is so gaudy, I didn't think I'd be able to sell it, but I've been waiting for the right, private buyer.
Yeah. What do you want for it?
Tell you what, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to put it back in my back room. If the information you gave me pans out and opens up a new line of supply, I'll give you a steep discount. But we'll discuss it then, and only then.
All right.
You're a first-year student. You don't have the kind of coin that you'll need.
Those gems have. Let's put it this way.
So what you saw in it was both Eberron and... Or no, what you saw was not Eberron, but Sybaris shards.
Okay. Those are the harder to find ones, aren't they?
They're the ones that fall from the rings of the planet.
Yeah.
They're only found in the equator.
So...
They are rarer, yes.
Let me put this in perspective for you. This is a magical college that does all sorts of things with magic. You get yourself a line on those gemstones, even a small handful now and then, you'll have the professors begging you for more.
Yeah, see, I don't sell to the professors because they are officers of the university and I can get myself removed.
Okay. Well, we'll figure something out, but those are very good for magical items.
Well, what you know from a war staff is that it only works on cantrips with attack rolls.
Yeah, but dragon shards are used for all kinds of magical items.
Right, but so this war staff, I mean, it's pretty limited use in and of itself.
She's talking about just getting
dragon shards? Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be difficult to get anything with dragon shards in it off the world. So they would have to. The only things that could probably get off the world are refined, common magic item stuff. Even uncommon are going to end up being reclassified into very rare, exotic magic items off-world.
Yeah.
So this thing itself, he could probably get between 10 and 100 times what it's worth.
Yeah.
So, and it might be more worth to somebody to take it apart for its components than keeping it intact. But he didn't know that. He thought it was just a gaudy, exotic gem artificer staff.
Mm-hmm. So as well, if you can find, I'll be interested in talking with you some more.
Well, if what you're saying is true, there's no way you're going to be able to afford the staff even with a steep discount. And he starts walking it back to his back room. He's just tapping it and says, if these babies are worth what you say they are, you couldn't afford one of them in this.
I mean, I can always just go back home and get one if I really want it that bad.
Really? You can go back home? Well, if you end up being a supplier, we can do business. But like I said, steep discount if this information works out. And I thank you for the tip. And he says, anything else?
No. Although, do you ever get never-ending canteens like that, but something other than coffee in it?
Bozen Tavern would have my bollocks in a jar if I sold any kind of ever full alcoholic container.
But the cafe doesn't care?
No. In fact, I believe the owner is the one that supplied the latest batch. It's because, see, alcohol actually hinders your studies. Coffee is nectar of the dragons. It helps you study. And Lily shouts from the lounge where she has removed herself in her shame, drinking from her canteen. You hear her shout from out there, truer words!
Alright, well, you have yourself a good day.
Oh, same. Stop by anytime. But you also see on the list, or throughout, various college primers. What those do is they have 3 charges. It recovers 1d3 charges daily at dawn. And you can expend 1 charge to get a 1d4 bonus to the check of the skills you got from your background for choosing Quandrix.
Okay.
And you can choose to expend that charge immediately after rolling the d20, but it has to be before the result is resolved, or the roll is resolved. In addition, if you study the primer at the end of a long rest, you can choose a first level spell from
the Quandrix spell list, or whatever college.
Let me look. Yeah, whatever college you get, it's the spell list for that. For Quandrix, is from the Druid or Wizard spell list. Before you finish your long rest, you can cast the chosen spell once, or before you finish your next long rest, you can cast the chosen spell once without a spell slot if you're holding the primer. And your spell casting ability is your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
How much is the primer?
And the bonus applies for you to Arcana and Nature.
Okay. So how much is the primer?
The primers cost 300 gold.
Okay.
So they're a premium item.
Yeah. That's a bit beyond my means.
You
right
can
now.
buy first level spell scrolls for 50 gold a pop. A replacement Strixhaven pennant for 100. He has a full line of +1 weapons for 300 gold each.
Yeah.
Cuddly Strixhaven mascot, 100 gold. And bottles of Boundless coffee are 100 gold.
Okay.
So, your mascot plus your pennant alone is 200 gold worth of items that you got from that scavenger hunt.
That's pretty cool.
And each one of those, your potion of healing's 50 gold.
Yeah.
So that was worth it. And your lantern,
That's just fucking priceless.
if bought at home, is between 100, that's about 100 gold. Mm-hmm. Here, yeah, it's practically priceless. You're never going to have to fill it. Yeah, so there's that. But yeah, those are the things you can get. Pretty much standard prices, really. Uncommon magic items are usually between 1 and 300 gold.
Okay.
That's normal. So, the primers being 300, that's like at the top of the uncommon list. That staff back home would have probably cost you 300, but being army surplus would have cost closer to 100.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, like, he's going to be able to get maybe 30,000 gold from it from the right person.
Bastard.
Yeah, so he still might charge 10,000 for it and call it a steep discount. Mm-hmm. If things work out.
Yeah.
So, but hey, what's next on the agenda?
I don't know. I'll head over to Lily. So, what else would you like to do?
Well,
You know, you never did get her name. That was...
She's a reporter, clearly. I'll find out what her name is easily. When the next edition of the Strixhaven Star comes out, I'll see who witnessed me stick my foot in my mouth. Oh wait, no I won't. And I promise I'll leave my bottle for you. When I die. Come on, Bubo. I might need your help killing me. Let's just go home.
Okay.
I don't even want to stop and get food.
You might see her again.
Yes. Let's stretch this first day of humiliation out as long as possible. Don't you have to work tonight anyway?
Yeah.
All right, then. The peanut gallery will not be in attendance, so wouldn't you like to see the next time?
I don't know. I feel like hearing about it would be hilarious. You know, plenty of time for creative.
You hear Bubo tell you, if you're interested, I'll be sure to tell you of any future encounters.
Yes.
And she kind of goes to flick Bubo, and just the planes of hard light just kind of move. And she completely misses. Shoulder. And he finishes shrinking down to tiny size and stands on her shoulder, holds onto her ear.
Oh, come on.
It was bad. That's never happened to me before.
She didn't seem to mind too much. Who knows? Maybe she found it endearing.
Well, I've got a few kinks from that fight. I want to rest up a bit.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head off to work.
Okay,
Might have to find this smuggler of his all on my own.
Bow's End opens to the general public tonight. Are we going?
Oh, hell yes.
Excellent. Well, maybe I'll forget about things and not commit suicide tonight then. Tonight.
Oh, come on.
It's humiliating.
I dragged myself into a literal I don't remember how I got home stupor. Like, you can't do much worse than that.
No, that's why I'm not hungry. I'm still digesting my foot. Prestidigitation might have gotten that oil off, but kind of wish you hadn't done that. That was kind of a dry chew.
Alright, well, I do have to go, so I'll see you later tonight.
Yep. I'm going to write my father a letter asking for a raise, threatening to be seen in public working for a living if he does not comply. Bubo says, I shall assist. Your vocabulary leaves much to be desired. Watch it, Sticky Fingers. You're not that kind of construct. Celebash, if she was going to help, I'd take it. You'd probably put some... You know, you and that manager are birds of a feather. I don't want you visiting him without me. No. I thought I'm very helpful. More so than I have sticky fingers. Are they sticky? And you go off to work. Getting outside of range of that general telepathic broadcast.
Yep.
Someone's having an existential crisis all of a sudden.
Aww, poor Bubo.
Caused by him's creator. Alright, so yeah, you work a 4-hour shift, and Mina's not there. Mm-hmm. Oh, you get a relationship point for tall and pointy head. Drazimir Yarnask.
Drazimir, okay.
Yep. Not to force you into it, but it seems to have been a positive interaction.
Okay.
So, you'd have to explain it to me if you made it a negative one. Because I'd really need to know how you spun that one.
Yeah,
So,
Lynn doesn't want to upset him.
also, I'm going to say that interaction not being scripted um, in the adventure itself was another relationship point for Rubina Larkingdale.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'll have to make a note of that and write it on the sheet because I forgot to pull the sheet out.
Okay.
And with the end of orientation day and it being so late, I think we're going to call it.
Alright, that sounds like a good place to stop.
It is a good place to stop, and we currently don't have a set start time or a set broadcast length. We're still working the kinks out, seeing what works for our family and the amount of distraction our 5 furballs cause, etc.
3 of which are right there, and I wish you could see the one I'm pointing at because he's laying on his side with like his little paws.
Yeah, we have 5 house panthers. That's what we call our babies. They're all 5 are black cats. 3 of which are about a year old. How old are Lara and Nate now?
7.
7. And they're adjusting pretty well for suddenly having their territory invaded by 3 kittens. So, we're doing alright. Still lots of hissing, some swiping, and some antagonization from the kittens. But hey, this is not D&D talk, and you're here for D&D. So anyway, we're still working this out. We're not going to be looking... We don't monitor the chat while we're broadcasting. We don't respond to messages. This is all 100%. We're showing you how some things can work. We're house ruling certain things. A lot we're going just by word of, or by the letter of the rules. Rules is written. A few things rules is intended. We're not really taking critical roles. House rule. Or house rules. We're not incorporating those. Those are not... We don't even have them all 100% spelled out anywhere, but we're not taking their tact on certain things. We're doing what works for our table, which is what I recommend for you. Do what works for your table. And this is what's going to work for ours. And this is just one way to do it. The point of our stream is that it works. You don't have to have the setup that we have. You don't have to have the group makeup that we have. You can have what you have. Just the basic rules. And sidekick rules. Sorry, that is one thing you're going to need. You might have to buy a book. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. To make this work for you. But that one book can make it work for you. I use these counters. They're just glass counters. A battle mat that I draw on with wet erase markers. You can just use
D4s or D6s if you've got spare dice.
spare dice instead of these to mark what's up there. Pennies. I've used pennies. I printed images off and cut out circles and used those. They tend to blow away with a sigh, so I don't use those anymore. But whatever. I literally mean Legos. There are people I heard that use Legos. Minifigs. They build monsters out of Legos or just use a Lego for just like these. And yeah, you can do it. You don't need a full group. And this, what makes me want to do this for you is because this is the first time that that's been possible. This is the first time in my life of playing D&D since Basic that it's been possible. And I know there are a lot of you out there, especially since really the pandemic's not over. And it's not going to be for a long time. And then there's the new stuff. And then stuff coming back. You're not going to be able to find groups. And online playing isn't for everybody. But this can work for some people. And I want you to see that it's doable. And that's our whole point.
Yep.
We're not going to expand the group for the stream. It's going to stay one-on-one for as long as we do this. However long that might be. And if it helps one of you, it's worth it. As much money as we've spent to make this stream happen, it'll be worth it to us. So, I know the outro needs a little work. It was kind of long-winded, touched on a lot of things. But we really appreciate you stopping by. We'll leave the video up now that we've figured out why it didn't save last time. We'll make Twitch delete it. Let's put it that way. So should be up for, I want to say, a week. I think that's how long they keep it. If not, it will be shorter. So if you missed some of this, you can still watch it. You just have to follow us. I think that's the only gate on that, is you have to follow us. And then we will also try to put them up on a YouTube channel within the next week before they disappear.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. So, we hope somebody found this helpful, at least a little entertaining, and we hope you come back.
Yep.
Because we'd like to see you. Have a good night.